buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, según en qué momento estén viendo este video. Nuevamente, gracias a mis amigos de Talking Forever, tengo el gran honor de conducir otra entrevista maravillosa. En esta oportunidad, al gran Michael Scholz, para quien pido un fuerte aplauso, sea donde sea que estén. Con ustedes y conmigo nos acompaña el día de hoy, Michael Scholz.
Hola, queridos amigos. Buenos días.
Buenos días, muy buenos días. How are you, Mikhail? ¿Cómo estás?
Oh, quite well. I've expected your call this afternoon, and now we are connected. That's great.
That's really great. With current technology, it's wonderful that we being in two separate points, we can chat, we can talk, and we can look to each other.
Yes, it's great. 15,000 kilometers away and connected in real time. It's really fascinating.
Yeah, but it will be even more fascinating when in a few days we will be front to front when you come here to Peru in order to give your concert. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm already very excited and curious what will happen. And yes, I'm eager to make new experiences and have the opportunity to breathe your air and take a sniff of your smells. And yes, I'm already very, very excited and looking forward to.
I can guarantee you that here we are very excited and looking forward to meet with you. And I would want to know if it's the first time that you come to Peru or even more to Latin America.
Yes, I've never been to the South American, Middle American, and the Northern uh, America. I've only been on the islands on the East Coast, and the nearest point I've been is Trinidad Tobago.
Oh,
I've been twice or three times there with a ship, with a cruise ship. I was a musician on a cruise ship several times, maybe 10 times. I traveled the world to Asia and yes, to the islands and crossed the Atlantic Ocean by ship already twice. And
but it's interesting because you were traveling as a musician. You were part of the crew of the cruise ship.
of course I was. Yes, I was.
Oh my God, that's amazing! And how was that experience?
It was great. It was just a journey and paid. I did not have to pay for the journey. I
Yeah,
was paid for the journey.
that was what I think that I was thinking because most of people have to pay to be on the cruise, and you were getting paid for being there and also doing whatever doing what you love. That's you playing your
Yes,
music.
of course.
Oh my God,
Yes, I
that's
always had a lot of spare time, and I could take my feet on the places, walk the streets, and meet the people, and eat the food. And yes, it was a really nice experience. I like to be a sailor.
that's truly a blessing. And what are your expectations of our country? What do you think you will find here?
I'm totally open. I don't have any expectations. I just looking forward to, and yeah, I'm really curious and excited.
Well, hopefully you will like what we have for you here, and hopefully you will go back with a big experience and with the love of all your fans that will go to your concert.
I'm looking forward to it again. Yes, yes, it's a very, very exciting and a very outstanding new experience that I will make, and I feel blessed to be invited by you
Thanks,
at
thanks a
your
lot.
club.
We are blessed that you accepted the invitation. As I told you, you have a lot of fans here, um, but sometimes fans know only about your music career, maybe know about your songs, your themes, but maybe they don't know much about you. So, how do you start on the music world? As far as I know, your grandfather was a musician too. Your father, I think he was also. Uh, they were your influences in order to become a musician.
Uh, Maybe yes, it's some kind of dynasty I was born into. Uh, yes, but my mother did not like it. She always said, "My son will not be a musician and not be a soldier." So one of her wishes I could fulfill, and one I could not. I yes, I was interested in science, and I was a rather good scholar, pupil, and yes, my first intentions was to be a scientist, and yes, I could have been a good scientist, but then rock and roll infected me, and uh, yes, and I could not help myself. I had to play, and I formed my band already when I was 13, and when I was 14, I already had a lot of performances in front of thousands of persons, and already during my scholarship, my when I went to school, I always had a band, and yes, when I left school, my plans that I had made for studying, they crashed. We had a lot of troubles at the universities at that time. Maybe if you look back into your history books, you will find a generation called the 68ers. Yeah, it was 1968. There was a lot of demonstrations and a lot of changes in the hierarchies of the universities, and there were even strikes. And I could not go to the university because it was chaos. And then I got an offer from a already established band. Their name was the Phantom Brothers, and we played some kind of old school rock and roll, Chuck Berry songs, and we played a lot of yes blues. And this was when I was 19. And after that, I played in an orchestra as a bass player. And yes, and then I said to myself, oh, maybe this is not the right way. And then I started to go to university when it was already calmed, the situation. But then my friends insisted that I should come back to the scene. And yes, and then yes, I stuck to the music and not to science. Now, maybe it was not really a decision. It was uh, it was a damnation. Or yes, it was my fate.
So
So
you see, it's sometimes it's not only a thing of vocation, but also a thing of talent. I think that to be successful in some careers, you need to have both of them. And in your case, you have both of them. You have the vocation, you have the talent, because one of your biggest assets, I think personally, it's your creativity, your capacity to adapt to different genres and create new stuff. You're a big creator.
I try my very best. I I really tried to make my best, and and give a soul to the music, and yeah, even my special timbre and my inspiration. Sometimes it comes to me, but sometimes not. Yes, I still create music, and maybe you already listened to things that I made with my friend Johan Perrier. It's MS Project and Michael Scholz. The last days I recorded vocals for our new single, and yes, so I'm still busy uh, in the music business.
Yeah, that's great. And what do you think you mother ever accepted that you were a great musician when she saw your fame, that you got successful, and she ever accepted that? She ever took that with good humor?
Uh, I don't know what to say. I just started with, I'm just an ordinary man, and I do my job as everybody does his or her job. So I'm nothing special. I'm just an ordinary man.
Oh my God. That's the kind of personality that awards you that many fans around, because really you're amazing. Oh my God. Okay. um just to go back to the topic of being a musician, since your grandfather was a musician, your father was a musician, you are, well, obviously you are a great musician. uh your sons, I don't know, do you have sons, do you have grandchildren? They are
No, I don't have grandchildren, but I have a son,
and he's a musician too?
and he's a programmer. He is a computer specialist, and but he has a little bit talent for music too. He plays guitar, he plays drums, and he can play the keyboards. Uh, but he has no ambition to be a musician like his father. So it's okay. He's very good in his job, and he's since his childhood interested in informatic, and yes, maybe even myself. I taught him when he was already a child the basics of programming and how to handle a computer. And now he can build it himself and make his own programs, and helps to solve problems, to solve software problems. So he
Well,
does not
that's
make
great.
music.
Yeah, that's great. Um, maybe. Well, music is math after all, and programming is,
Yes, of
well,
course.
it's very related. Um, but going back to your beginnings on the musician career, is it true that when you first sang in public, you had to stand on a chair in order to to grab the attention of the public?
This was when I was a boy. I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and I already noticed that I can sing. And yeah, my parents and friends and some people met for maybe celebrating Christmas or something, birthdays. Then I was a small boy, so maybe 4 years ago, years old, and yes, I climbed the chair and started to sing, and people like it, and so it gave me self-confidence. Later, I sang in the choir of the schools, and this helped me to make real experience, even with different harmony layers, and yeah, this made me step by step an expert for creating choirs. So this is what I mostly did. I performed choirs, and I like the sound of persons singing together. this is really great when persons sing together in harmony, and this sometimes really gives me something.
Oh, so you have all the sensitivity, all your emotions got to you whenever you heard that, and I think that it's the artistic emotion that you have. You, as you told, it was your fate. It's clearly for me, it was your
Yes,
fate to become that.
yes, maybe that's the clue. Yeah.
That's amazing. Then you arrived to Modern Talking. How was your experience working with the Modern Talking team? How were those days?
Uh, at first, there was no modern talking. There was a singer, Thomas Anders, and there was a composer, Dieter Bohlen, and there was a studio. It was the old Teldec studio, and there was a tone engineer. It was Luis Rodriguez. And we recorded some songs. We were recording German songs with German lyrics. And one of these songs, it was in English, and it was completely different. And we worked the whole afternoon to find the right sound for this tune. It was an outstanding tune, and this was You're My Heart, You're My Soul. And nobody had a plan about modern talking. Just as I said, it was just a singer, a composer, and a tone engineer. And they created, or we together created at that afternoon session in the studio, we created this the sound of modern talking. And then later, when they succeeded to sell uh, the tape, it was yes, it was not clear that they would sell it at all. They had difficulties to find a company to release this song. And then suddenly it was very successful. And they invented this production name, Modern Talking. And if you look back to the first cover of the first single, You're My Heart, You're My Soul, you don't see persons on it. You see two shoes on it. So they even did not dare to show themselves. It was just of the one of these projects that were coming up at that time from the United Kingdom, and yes, and suddenly by no advertisement, no video, no great campaign to promote this. Only the radio stations and the DJs, they liked it very much, and during some weeks, they succeeded to make this song, "You're My Heart, You're My Soul," a real great hit, and it still lingers on. So, and in the after this unexpected, uh, unpredictable success, they they saw, okay, now we have a pattern how these the next songs should be. And yes, some months later we met again at the studio, and with the same with the same pattern, I call it pattern, we produced our second single. It was You Can Win If You Want. So we have one verse. It's sung by Thomas Anders. That there's a bridge. We already join with a choir very softly. And then there is a first refrain. Thomas sings still, accompanied with a choir. And then we had this, always call it high pitched, it's falsetto choir. We had our part, and it was only our voices. We were, yes, in the beginning it was only three persons. For You're My Heart, You're My Soul, we had only Berger Korleis, Rolf Köhler, and myself, Michael Scholz. And After this success, we had a friend. His name is Detlef Wiedeke. We all played in the same band. It was Kentucky, and we offered Dieter to have a fourth person because Detlef was very good in singing in falsetto too. And then after the first success, we were a team of four. It was Birger Korlas, Rolf Köhler, Detlef Wiedeke, and Michael Scholz. And till the sixth album in 1987 or 88, yes, Modern Talking split for the first time. But during this time, we recorded 6 albums. Maybe this is about 60 songs. And a lot of them were number one hits, not only in Europe. Later, it was really a worldwide issue. So, yes. This is, to make a long story short, this was the first section of Modern Talking from 1984 till 1987, 1988. And then we continued with uh, a quite similar uh, project. It was Blue System, and we made about 13 albums with that. Yes, with the
Yeah.
same concept. Dieter was changed, Thomas was changed with Dieter, and then, uh, yes, even in Blue System, we had more uh, parts that only we appeared. Dieter only sang the verses, and then we came, and it was especially Rolf Köhler in front, and we were accompany him. So yes, we had our special sound, and many persons tried to copy it after this great success, but yes, uh, we had a we had our sound, and it's not able to be copied.
That sounds great, and what amazes me is that this amazing story starts with just a few friends recording us. You just wanted to record a song.
Yes,
It's amazing.
it was not predictable.
Yeah.
It was a real surprise, and yes, yes, we were all overwhelmed by that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
of
You
course.
you talked about, you mentioned Rolf. You were a big friend of Rolf, and unfortunately, there is already a generation that didn't get to know him or interact with him. So we only have some of his videos and his voice recorded. Can you tell us something about Rolf?
Yes, of course I can. I met him when I was maybe 14 or 15, and he's a little bit younger than me, but he was already playing in a band. And during a band competition, yes, it was. There were many bands, and they made a competition. Who's the best? And my band made the first prize, and his Rolf's band they were the second prize, and we shared that. And that was when I came familiar with Rolf Köhler, and I liked his style, and I liked this person, and we got friends. We met in Kiel, and he was going to school at a school in Kiel, and I was living in Kiel at the Baltic Sea. It's famous because of uh, the sailing events in Kiel. It's a Kieler Woche, the week of Kiel sailing uh, event, one of the biggest. And we had the Olympic Games in 1972. The sailing events were took place in Kiel. So this is a very, very famous country for sailing, Kiel.
Mm.
So, and I met him there, and we still we both were going to school and but playing in a band as well. And so when school was over, yes, my friends in the school band, they all had plans for different professions, and even I. But we had the plan to form our own band after that. And then one day we succeeded to come together, and then we had a very good band. Name was Allegoric Almond, and yes, we had a lot of success during the first years of the 70s. And was I got even more close with Rolf. And then we went different ways. I met nice persons, a hippie band in southern Germany, and Rolf Köhler, he stayed in Hamburg. And so for some years we did not meet each other, but we were in contact. We met sometimes and we had telephone calls. And we were always close friends, really close friends. During some periods, we were not doing the same thing, but we were always connected. And yes, again, we were close friends, lifetime friends for a lifetime, so to say.
That's
And
amazing.
yes, later even more, we played a lot, many years with the band Kentucky. And during the 80s and 90s, we had so many jobs, studio jobs, singing for many artists, international and German artists, and yes, especially even for Modern Talking and later Blue System, and for the CC Catch and Les McCune and every Bonnie Tyler and yes, even Engelbert and
That's
yeah,
that's great.
Martino. And yes, and so many artists that we could provide our choir sound for them. And yes, people liked it, and I think we made a good job.
Yeah, yeah, definitely you did. That's great. And also, you told us, when we started to talk, that you became possessed by rock, that you love rock, and but about Italo disco, about Euro disco, do you have any favorite singers, any favorite bands, any favorite songs besides what you did in Modern Talking?
Oh, hard to say. Uh, this Italo or Euro disco, uh, yeah, we were just a part of it. So uh, we were, yeah, we were evolving this sound. We were not jumping on a train. We were the train. And
Indeed.
so, what can I say for? Yes, there are a lot of talented artists and beautiful songs. This gazebo, lunatic, and I like Chopin, and yes, and all these stuff that came from the United Kingdom. There was Mitch Ure and Spandau Ballet and Tears for Fears and all those wonderful projects. That was not at that time. It was not called Italo disco or
Yeah.
Euro disco. These names were given later, like like historians used to give periods a name. So it's just yeah, it's just a description of what has happened in the early 80s. So there was no term like Italo disco or Eurodance. Uh, yes,
Yeah,
it was
there was
just
not.
in the state of uh, yeah, coming, and it was not already there before. So were part of this, yes, maybe sound revolution, because in the beginning of the 80s, more and more the synthesizers were the most important instruments, and the facilities of programming music by computer, and the composing is made by saving data on the computer with a special software that could create music. This was really, really new. It was some kind of revolution, and
Yeah.
yeah, we experimented with this, and uh, yeah, so
And
yeah,
beautiful things
something
happened.
something new and beautiful things, uh, yeah, happened and were evolved at that time.
That's amazing. That's great. And how does it feel to be the train? Not to jump in the train, but to be the train. How does it feel?
Oh my God. I only can repeat and that I'm just an ordinary man and do my job as best as I can.
Amazing.
So, like everybody does,
Yeah,
everybody makes his job as well as he can, and somebody's here, somebody's there, and together we make it. We can always make it to only make it together. One person alone is not able to make something. You always need partners. You always need a team to,
you're right.
improve and to produce something. You cannot make it alone.
You're right.
So
You're
it's
right.
always yeah, due to many persons.
You're absolutely right. Um, since COVID, almost everyone think or change the way that we perceive things, that we perceive life. Um, how would you like to be remembered? Have you ever thought of that?
Yes, I left a lot of traces, and already now I experience appreciation for my work, and yeah, that makes me feel uh, good, and that I'm some kind of necessary. So persons like what I do and appreciate that, and of course it makes me happy. Yes,
That's great.
not proud. It makes me happy because I don't I don't like pride and prejudice.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And you know, even as it sounds easy, it's not always easy. In fact, I think that it's a hard thing to be, you know, happy or in peace with yourself. It's not as easy as it sounds. So I think it's, you know, it's something to be proud of.
So, there were good and there were bad times, and it's important to keep the head up high and don't dig a hole for myself and get away from the people. Yes, I like to be with persons and I like to share everything. And so, yes, I think, as I told, I left already a lot of traces. Even yes, for the days when I'm uh, away from this world, and yes, I'm curious what will be next, but nobody knows. So people may remember me as I was, just a common person, just an ordinary man. That's what I want.
That's great. That's great, Michael. Well, we are arriving at the end of this interview, which has been a pleasure for me. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that the people that watched it enjoy it also, because it's not that we have opportunities every time to talk with people like you. So it's been a very great pleasure to talk with you and to know a little bit more about your career, about your beginnings on music and your perspectives in some aspects of life. And I would love if you could give a message for the people that it's watching this interview, that want to go to the concert, that want to know a little bit more about it.
Yes, I'm looking forward to coming to Peru, coming for the first time to the South American continent, and to meet new people. And I'm looking forward to sing for you. And I want everybody to keep peace and confidence, and give the best to make this place a better world. We have so many troubles and so many bad experiences nowadays. And so everybody can do something in his small area. Keep peace and love and peace. All we need is love. This is, yeah, my belief. And I want to say peace and love to the world, and especially to the people of Peru today.
Mikhail, that's wonderful. Thanks a lot for accepting this interview. I hope that you enjoyed.
I enjoyed, and I'm very uh, blessed, and yes, looking forward to coming to you, and maybe to make your personal acquaintance when I be in Peru next week.
That will be awesome. I'm also looking forward to it. And I would like to thank to Talking Forever that give us this excellent opportunity, and to invite all of you to the concert that it's just next week. So don't lose it. And, be happy. Thanks, Michael Scholz. I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. Michael Scholz. Just a big clap for him. Thanks a lot, Michael. Woo!